Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today is the 30th of April 2024. Now the global cryptocurrency market, guys, is not looking the best at the moment, but what is going to happen tomorrow? Jerome Powell will be making a decision regarding the interest rate hike, and on top of that, guys, today, Hong Kong will be approving a Bitcoin as well as an Ethereum spot ETF, so it's going to be a mixture of things, and I'm pretty much sure, guys, tomorrow and day after, the prices of Bitcoin on the global cryptocurrency market will definitely be showing some different numbers, isn't it? Now, if you look at the fear and greed index, it is still at 57, that is neutral. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, what happens over the next 3 days. Now, in today's episode, guys, we're going to be discussing some unfortunate news regarding runes. And looks like runes are ruined. And looks like over 68% of the runes are down, guys. Now, look, guys, if you truly understand what runes is, this is something which was anticipated, isn't it? And I was listening to the episode where the founder of runes did actually clearly state that runes are definitely meant for degenerates. Now, that thing being said, some people will definitely be benefited by it, but unfortunately, guys, the numbers are definitely not looking good. Now, in the world of ETF, guys, we do have another positive news, and this is all the way from down under. And looks like Australia's largest security exchange, they expected to approve a spot Bitcoin ETF, but this thing might happen towards the end of this year. So in today's episode, guys, we'll definitely go and touch base on some of the giants that have gone ahead and applied for spot Bitcoin ETF. So in today's episode, guys, we'll go and touch base on asset management firms that have gone ahead and applied for spot Bitcoin ETF in Australia. Now look, guys, towards the end of this year, I do have this very strong feeling that the price of Bitcoin on the global cryptocurrency market will definitely be touching new heights. So it's going to be really interesting to see how the year ends. Now look, guys, MicroStrategy, they are definitely one of the biggest advocates of Bitcoin, isn't it? Now there are two interesting metrics, guys, regarding MicroStrategy. Now the first one has to do with the earning calls report. Now they have reported a net operating loss of $53.1 million, and this is most likely because the prices of Bitcoin has gone down, isn't it? But that hasn't stopped MicroStrategy to go ahead and acquire more Bitcoin. So we'll go ahead and discuss what is it that MicroStrategy has done, because they have purchased another 122 additional Bitcoin. Now look, guys, this news might sound positive, but me personally, I'm not a fan of MicroStrategy or even BlackRock acquiring more Bitcoins, because when you talk about Bitcoin, guys, looks like it is now a play for multi-billionaires, trillion-dollar companies, and they are the ones who are acquiring more Bitcoin, isn't it? Ideally, when you talk about Bitcoin, guys, it should be people's money, and the whole definition of Bitcoin is still peer-to-peer electronic cash system, isn't it? So I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on that news. Now look, guys, April hasn't been the best month for cryptocurrencies, and most likely, guys, the following month, that is May, that might not be looking good as well. And what is going to happen, guys, in the month of May? $3 billion worth of tokens will be unlocked across several different projects. So in today's episode, I'll go ahead and give the timeline, and I'll also give more information regarding this. Now look, guys, if you're a trader, you definitely need to keep an eye on this, and then you can go ahead and decide whether you want to go short or long on this, isn't it? So quite a lot to cover, guys, in today's episode. And guys, later on today, I'm also interviewing James Check, who's the lead on-chain analyst for Glassnodes. Now look, guys, what I'd really recommend you to do is, once I go ahead and upload the episode, definitely go ahead and check it out, because we're going to be discussing some technical elements so far as on-chain analysis is concerned, not just for Bitcoin, but we'll also go ahead and look at Ethereum, and maybe we'll go ahead and touch base on stablecoins as well. Now most likely, guys, I'll go ahead and release the episode on Thursday, so definitely stay tuned to that. Now, guys, like we do in every Crypto and Coffee at 8 podcast, we're going to be discussing two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now in today's episode, guys, both the news has to do with artificial intelligence. Now the first one, guys, is a positive news, and what I'll do is, guys, based on this news, I'll try to release a standalone episode on Friday, because this news might just set the stage for Dubai to be a key player so far as artificial intelligence is concerned. And the massive news, guys, is that Sheikh Hamdan has announced the launch of Dubai Universal Blueprint for Artificial Intelligence. So in today's episode, I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this news. Now what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go to Twitter and make sure to follow Sheikh Hamdan and go ahead and read through that tweet, guys, because he's definitely put up a really elaborate tweet. Now the second news, guys, also has to do with artificial intelligence. And if you're someone who's really active on Instagram, particularly in the Middle East, you would have definitely seen this popping up in your story. And the news essentially is that Abu Dhabi Autonomous Racing Lead, they did actually showcase capabilities of autonomous vehicles and virtual reality applications. And what happened, guys, that there was a car race which was done purely by artificial intelligence, and people all over the world, they could actually go and participated using their mobile phones, and I really am not sure if they could do that with MetaQuest 3 or the Apple's augmented reality headset, but if they have actually gone ahead and done that, this could have been an absolutely game changer, isn't it? So in today's episode, I'll definitely go and touch base on this news. So quite a lot to cover, guys, in today's episode. Let's kickstart with it right away. Welcome to the Crypto and Coffee at 8, the daily podcast that keeps you up to date on all latest developments in the world of cryptocurrencies, blockchain, and NFTs. Join us Monday to Friday as you kick off your day with a cup of coffee and a deep dive into the exciting and rapidly evolving world of digital assets. We'll cover the latest news and trends in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, as well as delve into the growing world of NFTs or non-fungible tokens and metaverse. Plus, we'll keep you updated on the latest developments from Dubai, UAE and the wider Middle East region. Whether you're a seasoned crypto enthusiast or just getting started, Crypto and Coffee at 8 has something for you. Our expert host will provide insight and analysis on the most important topics in the industry and help you stay up to date on the latest developments. We'll bring you interviews with leading figures in the crypto and blockchain space and explore the ways in which these technologies are changing the world around us. From the impact on traditional financial systems to the potential for revolutionizing industries and transforming societies, we'll cover it all on Crypto and Coffee at 8. So tune in and join us for a daily dose of Crypto and Coffee at 8, and let's stay ahead of the curve together. We'll start your day off right with the most important news and insights from the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse, and help you navigate this exciting and rapidly evolving landscape. In Crypto and Coffee a Day, the daily podcast covers the latest developments in the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse. We'll also bring you updates on the latest news from Dubai, UAE and wider Middle East region. This also includes a range of topics such as developments in the local and blockchain industry, including new projects and initiatives, regulatory updates, and policies related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region, local and regional events and conferences focused on crypto and blockchain, interviews with leading figures in Dubai, UAE and Middle East crypto and blockchain community, coverage of any significant news or events related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region. By covering these local and regional developments, in addition to the wider world of cryptocurrency and blockchain, Crypto and Coffee at 8 aims to provide a comprehensive overview of the industry and its impact on the Dubai, UAE and Middle East region. Now before we kickstart today's episode, I have an important message, so check this out. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well, and Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE, so definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Tough Mudder Arabia, guys, they are putting some really iconic events in the Middle East, and there is one final event of the season that takes place on the 20th of April in the iconic location called as Al Marjan in Ras Al Khaimah. And the final event of the season, guys, is not going to be an ordinary event. They're going to be having some really cool obstacles. And so far as Tough Mudder is concerned, guys, they create hardcore obstacle courses designed to test your all-round strength, stamina and mental grit. And with the most innovative courses and millions of participants all around the world, it is the premier challenge series in the world. Now look, our Tough Mudder Arabia, they did put out, if not one of the biggest events in the world of obstacle course race, and they did that with the highest prize money in the history of obstacle course race. And what better way to end the series by having one final event on the 20th of April in the iconic location. Now look, guys, one of my goals is to complete 100 Tough Mudder, and I'm very close to getting there. Now if you want to go ahead and sign up for this event, the registration link is in the show notes below. So what are you waiting for, guys? Get your friends, get your family members, get your colleagues. The link to the registration for Tough Mudder Arabia on the 20th of April is in the show notes below. And if you go through the link, guys, there is a cool discount code mentioned in the show notes below as well. So hopefully, guys, I see you at the Tough Mudder event. Next, Startup OI is global one tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs, and these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen, guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. And finally, guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now, guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now, as of today, guys, 30th of April, the global cryptocurrency market is at $2.36 trillion, and since the last 24 hours, it is up by 0.56%. Now, it's really important to note, guys, that while I'm recording this podcast, there is a very high possibility that Hong Kong will have gone ahead and approved a spot Bitcoin ETF, along with that an Ethereum ETF as well. And because of that news, guys, I'm pretty much sure it is definitely going to impact the price of Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency world as well, isn't it? So definitely keep an eye on what is going on so far as Hong Kong is concerned in the world of ETF approval, both for Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, so far as the total cryptocurrency market volume is concerned, guys, to be honest, it is not looking good at all. It is down to $69.39 billion. Now, since the last 24 hours, it is still up by almost 40%. As a matter of fact, guys, it is up by 39.45%. Now, let me very quickly run through the volume of DeFi, guys. And there is one particular metric, guys, that I definitely want to talk about, and that is to do with decentralized exchanges. Now, so far as the volume is concerned, guys, it is down to $6.13 billion, and DeFi, guys, is accounting for 8.83% of the total cryptocurrency market 24-hour volume. Now, so far as the total value locked is concerned, it is at $92.89 billion, with Lido still dominating at $30.14 billion. Now, look, guys, one key matrix that I'm always keeping an eye on, That is to do with decentralized to centralized exchange. Unfortunately, guys, the decentralized to centralized exchange dominance has fallen down, and this entire week, guys, it is below the 20% mark. It is at 17.24%. Now look, guys, the answer to this is pretty simple. One of the reasons why people are not using decentralized exchange is because last week, guys, the United Securities and Exchange Commission, they did go ahead and serve Wells notice to Uniswap Labs CEO, isn't it? And because of that, guys, looks like the volume has gone down as well, isn't it? Now what happened, guys, Uniswap did actually go ahead and increase the transaction fees as well. Now the transaction fees have definitely increased, and Uniswap Labs definitely got a lot of transaction fees, but so far as the transaction is concerned, that has definitely taken a massive hit. Now today it is at $1.61 billion, and because of that, guys, the decentralized to centralized exchange dominance is actually down this particular week. Now look, guys, this was one key matrix that I'm always keeping an eye on, because ideally, guys, look, according to me, once the decentralized to centralized exchange dominance is 40% on a consistent basis, that would give us an idea that people are using decentralized exchanges, isn't it? But look, guys, regulations can definitely have a massive impact on the trajectory of cryptocurrencies, and this goes back to the whole promise of Bitcoin, isn't it? Bitcoin was created as a movement to a separation of money and the state. When will that thing happen? I really am not sure, to be honest. Now, so far as the 24-hour volume is concerned, PancakeSwap is at number 2nd, and its 24-hour volume is $454.07 million. Radium, guys, is at number 3rd. Its volume is $320.84 million. Core Finance, guys, is at number 4th, and its volume is $183.11 million. And finally, guys, we have Balancer at number 5th. Its volume is $168.06 million. Now look, guys, so far as decentralized exchanges and DeFi is concerned, I really am curious to check, once Hong Kong decides to go ahead and approve a spot Bitcoin and spot Ethereum ETF, what kind of an impact does it have on decentralized exchanges? Now in an idealistic world, guys, this number should definitely increase, at least by 10 to 20%, isn't it? But what is going to happen is, on the 1st of May, Jerome Powell will be making a decision regarding the interest rate hike, and most likely, guys, he might decide to go ahead and keep the interest rate hike. And if that thing happens, guys, it'll definitely not be good for the Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency market, isn't it? So there are a plethora of things that we need to think about, particularly in the next 72 hours. So only time will tell, I guess. Now, if you're someone who's a trader or an enthusiast in the cryptocurrency and blockchain world, I would definitely recommend you to keep a track on what is going on so far as an approval regarding a Bitcoin as well as an Ethereum spot ETF is concerned regarding Hong Kong, because that should definitely drive the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, in my opinion. And later on, guys, we'll also go ahead and discuss some positive news regarding Australia, because most likely they will approve a Bitcoin spot ETF by the end of this year. Now, if you do want to go ahead and track, guys, whether the price is going to increase or go down, one key metric to look at is the volume of stable coins. And the volume of stable coins, at least for now, is not looking good. But later on towards the day, guys, definitely keep an eye on what is going on so far stable coins is concerned, because so far as the volume of stable coins is concerned, it is at $64.09 billion, and stable coins as of today is accounting for 92.36% of the total cryptocurrency market 24-hour volume. And out of the $64.09 billion, guys, the key players are the USDT, and they themselves are accounting for $49.92 billion. Now FDUSD, guys, is at number 2nd, and its volume is $6.83 billion, followed by Circle USDC, guys, and its volume is $6.36 billion. Now in today's episode, guys, let me very quickly run through the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now look, guys, these metrics will drastically change in the next 72 hours. Now, so far as the market cap of Bitcoin is concerned, it is at $1.25 trillion. Ethereum's market cap, guys, has actually gone down, and today it is at $392 billion. The 24-hour trading volume of Bitcoin, guys, is $26.67 billion, whereas Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is $15.06 billion. Now, if you look at the dominance of Bitcoin, guys, it has actually pumped up, and right now it is at 53.38%, whereas Ethereum's dominance is at 16.70%. Now look, guys, I wouldn't be surprised if these numbers drastically changes as and when we get some information regarding ETF and also news regarding the interest rate hike. That'll definitely shake up these numbers, isn't it? So look, guys, you definitely need to keep a track on these metrics. Now in today's episode, guys, let me quickly run through decentralized apps that are currently working only on Solana blockchain. And what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go to dappradar.com and you can check these numbers yourself as well. Now mind you guys, the only information that I'm sharing in this episode is the fiat value of incoming token transfers from unique active wallets to decentralized app smart contract over a period of time. What I'd really suggest you to do is check that volume and then compare it with the number of unique active wallets interacting or performing transactions with decentralized app smart contract over a period of time. And that, according to me guys, will give you a much better idea as to how many people are actually using decentralized apps. Now look guys, I hate saying this, when we talk about decentralized apps, the fact is not many people are using decentralized apps. Now mind you guys, when you talk about decentralized apps, I'm talking about apps, let's say like Tinder, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, or LinkedIn, working on blockchain protocol, because that was the whole idea of launching Ethereum or even Solana, isn't it? Now I hate saying these guys, most of the decentralized apps have to do with decentralized finance. Some of them have to do with NFTs and trading, isn't it? And that falls under decentralized finance. It is technically still dApps guys, but what I'd really like to see is decentralized apps that we tend to use on a day-to-day basis. When will that thing happen? I really am not sure, to be honest. And the fact is, centralized systems do offer a much better user experience, and you need to assess it yourself guys based on 3 criteria. Now if you disagree to it guys, drop me an email and I'll be more than happy to have a healthy debate as to why an app is much better working on centralized application. Now let me quickly just run through the decentralized apps that are working on Solana, and I'm talking about only the top 5 in terms of dollar amount. And these numbers guys are only since the last 24 hours. Now the number 1 guys is Jupiter X. In terms of dollar amount, it is $14.51 million. Now just a reminder guys, I'm only looking at the fiat value of incoming token transfers from unique active wallets to decentralized app smart contract since the last 24 hours. And the second most used decentralized app on Solana blockchain is Saber, and its 24-hour volume is $5.31 million. The third one is Solend. In terms of dollar amount, it is $5.13 million. The fourth one guys is Jato, that is J with a Jack, I for India, T for Tango, and O for Orange, and in terms of dollar amount it is $2.86 million. And finally guys, at number 5th is Magic Eden. In terms of dollar amount it is $2.73 million. Now look guys, these numbers are absolutely ridiculously low. Ideally guys, these numbers should have been at least 5 times or at least 10 times of what it is, isn't it? Because the prices of Bitcoin is definitely pumped up, but so far as the usage of decentralized app is concerned, it is still ridiculously low. Now guys, before we look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin, what I want to do in today's episode guys, I want to go ahead and touch base on proof of stake, because this is something which is used by Ethereum and quite a lot of other different blockchain protocols, isn't it? So what I want to do is guys, I want to give you guys a basic level understanding of what proof of stake is. I'll also go ahead and discuss some of the challenges of proof of stake, and then finally guys, I'll also go ahead and touch base on some of the negatives or drawbacks of proof of stake. Now let me know guys whether you agree to it or disagree to it, and mention them in the comments below, or drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Now look guys, if you're an Ethereum maximalist, you most likely will not be liking this, but let's say if you're a Bitcoin maximalist, you'll definitely like what I'm about to say next. So let me go ahead and give us some basic level information regarding proof of stake, because when you talk about proof of stake guys, it is also termed as POS, and it is essentially a consensus mechanism used in blockchain network to validate and confirm transactions, and it is kind of similar to proof of work. However guys, unlike proof of work that relies on miners solving complex mathematical puzzles to go ahead and validate transactions to create new blocks, proof of stake operates on a completely different principle. In proof of stake system guys, validators, also known as stakeholders, are chosen to create new blocks and validate transactions based on the number of coins they hold and are willing to stake or lock up as collateral. Now look guys, this just means the rich are going to get richer, isn't it? So the more coins you have, you are in a position to go ahead and stake more. And essentially guys, the more coins a validator stakes, the higher the chance they have of being chosen to validate the new block and receive rewards. Now so far as proof of stake consensus system is concerned guys, there is staking and then you have validator selection. So let me go ahead and touch base on what staking is. And participants in proof of stake network guys can lock up a certain amount of cryptocurrency, and that is known as the stake, and this collateral becomes eligible for block validation. And the process of staking involves transferring coins into a specified wallet or smart contract where they are held temporarily. Now these stake tokens guys cannot be spent or moved until the validator decides to unstake them. Now so far as validator selection is concerned, validators are chosen from the pool of stakeholders to go ahead and create new blocks and validate transactions. And the selection process, guys, varies depending on the specific proof of stake protocol, but commonly involves a combination of random selection and weighted based on factors such as the amount of cryptocurrency staked, the length of time coins has been staked or aged, or even a combination of both. And this selection mechanism, guys, aims to ensure fairness and prevent centralization by distributing block validation opportunities among a diverse set of participants. Now, guys, let's talk about block creation and transaction validation. So you have block proposal and block verification. So what happens in block proposal, guys, is selected validators propose new blocks containing set of validator transactions, and these transactions are typically collected from the network's transaction pool and organized into block according to network's consensus rule. This is something similar to mempool that we have for Bitcoin or proof of work systems, isn't it? And so far as block verification is concerned, guys, other validators in the network validate the proposed block by independently verifying its content and ensuring that the transactions are legitimate and conform to the consensus rules. And validators, guys, can also check the cryptographic signatures and timestamps of transactions to prevent double spending and other fraudulent activities. Now, so far as reward distribution and incentives is concerned, guys, validators who successfully validate blocks are rewarded with incentives, which typically consist of transaction fees paid by users and newly created cryptocurrencies, something similar to proof of work, isn't it? And the distribution of rewards, guys, is often proportional to the validator stake, meaning that the validators with larger stakes end up receiving higher rewards. And this goes back to the whole point, isn't it? The rich become richer with proof of stake system. Now, so far as economic security is concerned, guys, proof of stake system rely on economic incentives to maintain network security and integrity, and validators have a financial stake in the network as they risk losing their stake coins if they validate fraudulent transactions or behave maliciously. And this economic security model, guys, aims to deter dishonest behavior and ensure that validators act in the best interest of the network. Now look, guys, there is also penalty and slashing. Now look, guys, if you're trying to be notorious, there is also penalties and slashing, and validators may face penalties known as slashing for violating network rules or attempting to manipulate the consensus process. And common reasons, guys, for slashing include double signing blocks, supporting multiple conflicting chains, also called as nothing at stake, or even failing to participate in block validation when selected. Now the slashing conditions, guys, are predefined rules that trigger penalties when violated, and these conditions are designed to maintain network stability and discourage validators from engaging in harmful behavior. And slashing penalties, guys, typically involve the confiscation of a portion of validator stake coins, and this is done as a punishment for the action. Now look, guys, proof of stake, they definitely have challenges and considerations. Now there are two challenges, guys, one need to consider. The first one is nothing at stake problem, and the second one is long-term sustainability. Now, so far as nothing at stake problem is concerned, it arises when validators have little to lose by supporting multiple blockchain forks simultaneously, and this can actually lead to network instability and undermine the security of the system. And to mitigate the risk, guys, proof of stake protocol implement mechanisms such as checkpointing, long-range attack prevention, and punitive measures against validators who support multiple conflicting chains. Now, so far as long-term sustainability is concerned, proof of stake system, guys, must address challenges related to long-term sustainability, such as ensuring decentralization, preventing centralization of wealth and power, and thereby adapting to change in network dynamics over time. Now look, guys, continuous research and development are essential to address these challenges and improve the resilience and scalability of proof of stake based blockchain network. Now look, guys, there is another thing which Cardano uses, that is called as DPoS, that is delegated proof of stake. So let's see, guys, most likely in tomorrow's episode or in the future episode, I'll go ahead and touch base on this. Now look, guys, it's really important to understand that by addressing these components and considerations, proof of stake consensus mechanism aims to provide a secure, efficient, and decentralized approach to achieving distributed consensus in blockchain network, thereby aiming to offer an alternative to traditional POW or proof of work system. So look, guys, in summary, proof of stake offers several benefits such as energy efficiency, reduced environmental impact, and scalability. It also presents unique challenges and drawbacks that must be addressed to ensure the security, integrity, and decentralization of blockchain network. And ongoing research, development, and experimentation are extremely essential to improve proof of stake protocols and address these concerns, isn't it? So let me know, guys, what are your thoughts regarding proof of work? Are you in favor of proof of stake, or are you in favor of proof of work? Mention them in the comments below. Now, guys, since you've taken care of that, let's look at the price of the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And right now, guys, it is at $63,818. And since the last 24 hours, it is up by 1.13%. But since the last 7 days, it is down by 4.53%. Now, so far as Ethereum is concerned, guys, it is at $3,214. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 1.45%. But since the last 7 days, it is up by 0.43%. Binance BNB Coin, guys, is below the $600 mark, and right now it is at $595. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 1.18%. Since the last 7 days, it is down by 2.01%. But regarding Binance, guys, today, that is the 30th of April, we will find out what the sentencing of CZ is. Will he be going to prison for, let's say, 18 months? Will it be 3 years, or will it be for a shorter time? Now, will that have an impact on the price of BNB Coin? I really am not sure. But I definitely do think, guys, let's say if he's given a harsher penalty, it'll definitely drive the price of Binance BNB down, isn't it? But look, guys, the cryptocurrency world is absolutely crazy and wild, isn't it? You would never know the community can actually get behind CZ, and they could actually state, let's go ahead and push the price of Binance BNB to new heights. That is possible as well. Now, so far as the global cryptocurrency market is concerned, guys, digital asset investment products, including spot Bitcoin ETFs, are currently experiencing outflows for 3 consecutive weeks, and they have lost $435 million since the last 7 days alone. And guys, the slowdown in inflows from new ETF issuers in the United States has definitely contributed to this trend, isn't it? Now, despite this, guys, it's really important to note that digital asset investment products have had the best year on record, and at this point of time, $13 billion have been on inflow so far. Now look, guys, the next 72 hours is absolutely crucial, and that'll definitely have a massive impact on the price of Bitcoin and the global cryptocurrency market, isn't it? But one metric, guys, which is definitely not looking good, that is to do with runes. And top 50 runes, guys, by number of holders are down by 30% on average as of yesterday, guys, that is 29th of April. And there is the data which is being published by OKX that actually states that 2/3 of them, that is 35 out of 50, are in red right now. Now, so far as runes is concerned, guys, what I'd really recommend you to do is listen to my episode that I released on the 22nd of April. I went ahead and explained what runes is, how does it work, and quite a lot of other. Now, so far as runes is concerned, guys, it is a new fungible token protocol for Bitcoin, and that was launched during the Bitcoin halving, isn't it? And that definitely created a lot of hype. However, guys, most of the tokens have dropped in prices, leading to criticism for escalating transaction fees without generating any profits. Despite this, guys, advocates of Rune do see potential of runes to tokenize real-world assets and enhance DeFi in the Bitcoin ecosystem. And according to them, guys, it aims to streamline token creation compared to previous standards like PRC20, potentially reducing network congestion and fees. Now look, guys, runes could position Bitcoin as a competitor in fungible token markets, but currently, guys, at this point of time, they mainly revolve around meme coins, isn't it? Now, further developments, guys, are definitely needed in order to realize its full potential. Now, so far as the numbers is concerned, guys, as of yesterday, that is 29th of April, there were more than 349,000 rune holders, and according to data from Rune Alpha, that's almost half of the active addresses of the network that were tracked on chain, and this information is via Into the Block. And the head of research from Into the Block, guys, does actually point that Bitcoin's new addresses have dropped to the lowest in 2 years, and following the halving, new addresses dropped to 260,000. Now, Bitcoin miners, guys, interestingly started making more money on halving day rather than less, and miners had one of the best weekend following the halving, raking in $107 million on 20th of April alone. Now, what's really interesting, guys, 70% of that came from transaction fees, and that was thanks to ordinal inscriptions and runes. Now, let me know, guys, what are your thoughts are regarding ordinal inscriptions and runes. Now, what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, listen to the episode that I released on the 22nd of April that talks everything about runes, and there is an episode that I released on the 20th of April, guys, that is when the Bitcoin halving did actually take place. And in that episode, I went and explained what ordinal inscriptions are. Now look, guys, so far as ordinal inscriptions and runes are concerned, Bitcoin maximalists are divided on this. Some of them absolutely love it, some of them absolutely hate it. Now me personally, guys, I don't see any problem with this, because look, guys, the whole idea of switching from ECDSA to Taproot and Snort signature was that we can go ahead and do these things, isn't it? Now, one of the biggest giants, guys, that is Franklin Templeton, they are massive advocates of Rune, and according to them, guys, Rune's positions Bitcoin to close the gap with Ethereum and Solana's fungible token markets as well. So it's going to be really interesting to see what the future of Rune is. But look guys, I do think that this is just a hype at this moment, but only time will tell if people are actually using runes, let's say, on a daily basis. Now guys, let's discuss some positive news that might actually take place towards the end of this year, and that is all the way from down under in Australia. And ASX, that is Australia's largest security exchange, is expected to approve a spot Bitcoin ETF before the end of 2024. And the exchange guys is engaging with issuers interested in admitting crypto-based ETFs, but has not provided a specific time frame. And applications for spot Bitcoin ETF are pending from asset management firms. Now this particular information guys is actually published via Bloomberg. Now regarding an Ethereum ETF guys, I've said this thing so many times, go to Twitter and follow James Safard, because he is the guy who constantly provides any information so far as ETF is concerned. Now really I'm not sure guys, by the time you're listening to the episode, possibly an Ethereum and a Bitcoin spot ETF might have been approved in Hong Kong as well. Now guys, let's discuss some news regarding MicroStrategy. And MicroStrategy guys, they have reported a net operating loss of $53.1 million, which is $3.09 per share. And this information guys is in the earnings report, and the report is in the show notes below. Now this information guys is in the first quarter after taking a digital asset impairment charge of $191.6 million. Now that thing being said guys, MicroStrategy has purchased an additional 122 bitcoins, and they did that at a price of $7.8 million between the 1st of April and 26th of April. Now look guys, MicroStrategy at this point of time holds a staggering 214,400 bitcoin, which is worth $13.5 billion. Now look guys, me personally, I'm not a massive fan of financial giants, because look, the whole idea and promise of Bitcoin was people's money, isn't it? That thing being said guys, MicroStrategy and Michael Saylor, they definitely are 100% right to do whatever they want with their money, isn't it? But look guys, so far as the promise and innovation of Satoshi Nakamoto is concerned, it was separation of money and the state, isn't it? Now based on my experience guys, I do feel that the role of the state has been replaced by politicians, multi-billionaires and tech giants. That is unfortunately one of the drawbacks of human greed and game theory, isn't it? So only time will tell guys if Bitcoin is sound money or not. Now guys, let's discuss some interesting metrics, and that is to do with tokens that will be unlocked in the month of May. Now look guys, so far as economics is concerned, it means something really basic. More supply equals to less demand. So look guys, if you're a trader, you definitely need to go and check out these dates and also look into each and every protocol. So what I'm going to be doing guys next is I'm going to be reading out the different projects that will be unlocking the token. Now the first one guys is Pyth or Pyth, and they will unlock 2.13 billion tokens, while Aevo will implement both cliff and linear unlocks. And other projects include Avalanche, Memecoin, Ethereum's Layer 2 Arbitrum, even Aptos and ApeCoin will also release the tokens in the market. Now so far as the timeline is concerned guys, DeFi Oracle, that is Pyth, on the 20th of May at roughly around 2 PM UTC, they will unlock 2.13 billion Pyth tokens, which is roughly around $1.24 billion. On the 15th of May guys, 827.6 million Aevo tokens, which is roughly around $1.24 billion will be unlocked. Now so far as Memecoin is concerned, they will also be releasing 5.31 billion meme tokens, which is valued at $147.95 million. And they will be doing this guys on the 3rd of May, and this will be followed by 49.47 meme tokens, which is roughly around $1.38 million, and they will be doing that every day for the next 184 days. Now so far as Ethereum Layer 2 network is concerned guys, Arbitrum is one of them, and they will be unlocking 92.69 million tokens, and their token is called as ARB, and they will be doing that on the 16th of May, and I believe the value of that is $103.76 million. Now the next one guys will be Aptos, and they will be unlocking 11.31 APT, which is roughly around $102.11 million, and they are going to be doing that on the 12th of May for the foundation, community, core contributors and investors. Now finally guys, Bored Ape Yacht Club theme ApeCoin, they will be releasing 15.6 million ape tokens, that is valued at $19.97 million, and they are going to be doing that on the 17th of May. But here's the sad bit guys, most are going to Treasury and Yuga Labs. Now look guys, it's basic economics, isn't it? More supply is equals to less demand. So let's see guys, so far as altcoin is concerned, how the price reacts for these coins. So those were some macro level news guys on the cryptocurrency and blockchain world. Now let's look at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news guys will set a blueprint for artificial intelligence in Dubai, and Sheikh Hamdan did actually make the announcement. So let me go ahead and share more bits and pieces of information regarding this news, because the Dubai Universal Blueprint for Artificial Intelligence, was launched by Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, and it aims to achieve key targets of Dubai Economic Agenda D33, adding 100 billion dirhams and increasing economic productivity by 50%. Now look, guys, this blueprint for artificial intelligence focuses on enhancing quality of life leveraging artificial intelligence, and this initiative, guys, includes appointing chief artificial intelligence officers in all Dubai government entities now, and it is a comprehensive program to attract and enable data centers, and there is an introduction to new AI company license as well, and they're going to be launching dedicated incubators and campuses for artificial intelligence, and there'll be introduction of AI weeks in Dubai schools as well. Now look, guys, so far as the government is concerned, Dubai, UAE and the Middle East are generally very proactive so as adopting newer technologies, and this, to be honest, is absolutely fabulous news. Now so far as the blueprint of AI is concerned, guys, it emphasizes annual review update and introduction of new projects, and this reflects vision and directives of Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, isn't it? And they aim to enhance Dubai's leadership as a global technology and innovation hub, and they aim to make Dubai the city offering the most conducive environment for economic growth and technological utilization, and it focuses on providing the best environment for AI companies and global talent, and they aim to position Dubai as the world's most prepared city for radical transformation. And this blueprint, guys, also aims to accelerate the adoption of AI application in government operations, and they seek to make Dubai a global hub for AI governance and legislations, and they are focusing on empowering government teams with essential AI skills. And to be honest, guys, this is part of the broader objective to solidify Dubai's position as a preferred destination for technology and innovation companies. So this news, guys, is definitely very positive news. Now what I'm going to be doing, guys, is most likely this particular weekend or next week, I'll go ahead and release a standalone episode explaining the blueprint for artificial intelligence. Because look, guys, it is initiatives such as this that definitely takes Dubai as a city to next new heights, isn't it? So definitely positive news. Now the next news, guys, I'm going to be talking about has also to do with artificial intelligence. In Abu Dhabi's Autonomous Racing League, they did actually showcase capabilities of autonomous vehicles and virtual reality application. So let me go ahead and share more information regarding this, because Abu Dhabi Autonomous Racing League, guys, also called as A2RL, showcase the capabilities of autonomous vehicles and virtual reality application, and TUM, that is Technical University of Munich from Germany, they claimed victory at the inaugural A2RL at US Marina circuit. Now look, guys, if you're someone who's using Instagram, you would have definitely seen pop-up regarding this, and TUM, guys, that is Technical University of Munich, was congratulated by His Highness Tayyab bin Mohammed bin Zayed along with other dignitaries, and 8 teams, guys, competed with autonomous vehicle equipped with AI capabilities. Now what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, check on YouTube, because they went in and explain how artificial intelligence is being used in order for automatic car racing. Now so far as this news is concerned, guys, Technical University of Munich did actually win the championship, earning a share of $2.25 million in prize fund. Now so far as A2RL is concerned, guys, they attracted over 10,000 spectators at the circuit and 600,000 online viewers. Now look, guys, this news is kind of spooky and scary, isn't it? Imagine, guys, there were 10,000 spectators watching cars drive by itself, done purely by artificial intelligence. That is absolutely scary. Now so far as this event is concerned, it was organized by Aspire, which is a subsidiary of ATCR, and they did that to accelerate the growth development of autonomous system, and customized the Lara Super Formula, that is SF23 cars, also tested the limits of human ingenuity and artificial intelligence capabilities, and the team, guys, focused on complex tasks encoding for grip levels, tire temperature, opponent movements and overtaking as well. Now the spectators, guys, enjoyed AI vs human race, where TII pitted at autonomous car against Formula 1 driver Daniel Cart, and A2RL, guys, served as a transformative moment for technology and innovative convergence. This, to be honest, guys, is definitely cool, but at the same time scary as well, isn't it? And this event, guys, was actually sponsored by ADNOC, and A2RL, guys, definitely demonstrated application of AI in racing. And the CEO of Aspire, guys, highlighted the lasting impact of A2RL on sports and technological landscape. In A2RL STEM Challenge, guys, engaged high school and undergraduate students that was won by Harvard University. In A2RL integrated mixed and virtual reality elements for a unique fan experience. Now if you're someone who did actually use MetaQuest headset, or let's say the Apple's new device, let me know what the experience was, because it'll definitely be a game changer, isn't it? Now the event, guys, was supported by leading partners including Do, DMT, AWS and even Mubadala as well. Now if you do want more information, guys, it can be found on a2rl.io. Now look guys, these are definitely positive news. Now it's really great to see that Dubai and Abu Dhabi are definitely leading so far as artificial intelligence is concerned, isn't it? So definitely positive news. So those were the news guys from cryptocurrency, blockchain and AI world, from Crypto and Coffee Date from Blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, mention them in the comments below. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. And guys, please feel free to go and check out my website, that is www.blockchaindxb.com. Now for the next few minutes guys, it's going to be an Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and Metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and Metaverse. I have a question by Riley who asks, how could the recent announcement in Dubai and Abu Dhabi, alongside the Fear and Greed Index at a neutral level, affect the crypto market dynamics, including the outflow from digital asset investment, upcoming token unlocks, and the performance of tokens like Runes impact the global cryptocurrency market? This, to be honest, Riley, is such a long question, but such a brilliant question. Firstly, Riley, the announcement of Dubai Universal Blueprint for Artificial Intelligence and the showcase of autonomous vehicles in Abu Dhabi definitely signals a significant push towards new technological innovation in UAE, isn't it? And that, to be honest, is definitely positive. Now, it's going to be really interesting to see if the investments do actually switch, let's say, from cryptocurrencies into artificial intelligence. Now, it's really important to note, Riley, that such advancement not only demonstrate the region's commitment by embracing cutting-edge technologies, but what it does is, it also fosters an environment conducive to the adoption of blockchain and cryptocurrency solutions as well. And this, to be honest, I do think could actually lead to increased interest and investment in the cryptocurrency space as well. Now let's talk about the Fear and Greed Index that I mentioned earlier on. What happens is, at a neutral level, it does actually reflect a balanced sentiment among investors, neither overly bullish nor bearish. And what happens, Riley, in such scenarios? Market movements are often influenced by external factors such as, let's say, major news events and developments in emerging technologies. And in the next 72 hours, we are going to be having 3 massive events. The first one might actually take place in the next few hours, and that is regarding an approval of spot Bitcoin ETF and an Ethereum ETF. Tomorrow, that is the 1st of May, we have Jerome Powell who will be making an announcement regarding the interest rate hike. Now, what's really important to do is, Riley, we need to monitor how these developments do actually impact investor sentiment and trading behavior. So we need to be on our toes, particularly in the cryptocurrency world, isn't it? Now, so far as market matrix is concerned, we've definitely seen recent trends in digital asset investment products, with outflows recording completely new heights. And I did actually talk about where the outflows did actually record for 3 consecutive weeks. Now, what this suggests is that the approach among investors are possibly influenced by regulatory concerns about profit-taking strategies as well. However, Riley, it's really important to note that despite recent efforts, digital asset investment products have still experienced the best year on record. Now, this, according to me, indicates a broader trend of increasing institutional interest, to be honest. Now, so far as unlocking token is concerned, the unlocking of token across various projects definitely presents opportunities and challenges in the market, to be honest. Now, it's really important to note that while increased token supply could potentially exert downward pressure on price due to the dilation, it also introduces new investment opportunities and liquidity in the market. So look, so far as investment is concerned, what I'd really recommend you to do is closely monitor the token unlocks, and I did actually go ahead and mention the dates as well. And in the show notes below, you can also find the article. I believe it is published by Cointelegraph, so you can keep a track on these. Now, it's really important to note, Riley, that the impact on market dynamics, particularly niche segments like Memecoin and Ethereum Layer 2 solutions, will definitely have a massive impact. Now, so far as the performance of Runes is concerned, they're definitely not looking good, isn't it? And despite the initial hype surrounding Runes have definitely faced criticism from escalating transaction fees without generating any profits for investors. And even the founder of Runes and Ordinal Inscriptions did actually state that Runes is idly meant for degenerates. Now, keeping all these things in mind, I definitely do see that there is further developments and improvements that are definitely needed to go ahead and fully understand the potential of Runes, to be honest. Now, that being said, I definitely do think that we do need further developments and improvements, and this is to go and reach the full potential of Runes, in my opinion. So essentially, guys, in summary, the only thing I could say is that the recent announcements from Dubai and Abu Dhabi, coupled with neutral sentiments reflected in Fear and Greed Index, does actually set the stage for a nuanced market environment, and this from a trader's point of view is definitely great, but investors should remain vigilant, stay focused about key developments, and I think they should adapt strategies accordingly to navigate through this dynamic landscape. Those are my honest thoughts, but definitely a really interesting question. And that's about all, guys, from the Ask Me Anything series on Blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, mention them in the comments below. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. And guys, go to my website, that is www.blockchaindxb.com, and you'll get loads of information. And guys, remember, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. we have Crypto and Coffee at 8, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE and the Middle East, from the cryptocurrency, blockchain and artificial intelligence world as well right now. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.